I am Brandon in the building. Welcome all. Welcome all the people out there that's listening live radio. We still do that shit. Not only that, shout out to all the people out there listening who's been logged in. I know when I put up the switchboard, I mean, there's a lot of people is like filed in, like for real. And it's not because of me, or it's not because I have my guest with me, Danaya, who's in the building as well. It's because of the guest we have on tonight. So Danaya, this show, this show is not for you and me. This is Cherie's show. So we're gonna cue her up and mic her on in a second. So listen, like Cherie Johnson has a hell of a fan base. So we put this out there last week. But I want to say I queued everything up, looked at it like an hour before we were ready to roll and go live. And hell of people, like, they're just all logged in because they just want to hear what this woman got to say. Literally. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Just because, I mean, Cherie has a lot going on, and I mean, she's fam to the show. But deeper than that, I feel like the world out there definitely needs to absorb all the things that Miss Cherie Johnson is doing, and on top of that, like, I just think she's a hell of a woman, just for the simple fact that, like, and I think everybody that knows this station knows the story. Me and Cherie go back, like, literally, like, and I don't look at her like, this actress that was on Punky Brewster and Family Matters and shit like that. I look at her differently. So I want to say that me and Cherie had the opportunity to first connect when I was trying to book her back in 2009. And I know I told Cherie this, and I'm about to mic her up in a second, but, Cherie's very approachable. I think the first conversation we ever had in life probably lasted like 2 hours, and that was me setting up something so I can interview her. And I just want people to know there's not too many people on this planet that's approachable and just really just down to earth like that. You know what I mean? Like, I've interviewed hella people, on different levels of life and shit like that, but I mean, as far as just a person that's just keeping it solid and just being hella real and just genuine with everything that she goes about, even off air, radio air or whatever, like, she's just a tremendous person. And I want to shout her out before I want to put her on, but also people out there, if you don't know the flavor, you need to definitely do that. So you need to go to Instagram.com/Cherie Johnson 75. You need to go follow her right now, but also you need to go to Instagram.com/Cherie's World Podcast so you could see what else she's doing. Because she not only is she multi-talented, she's hella busy, and she has her hands in every single thing you can kind of talk about. Like, I mean, not only is she, she produces TV and film, she writes books, certified nutritionist, super mom. If she wanted to be president of the United States, she could do that. You know what I mean? And I mean, I can say a lot of things about her, but I know the fan base out there, like, literally, like, people out there is talking like, look, like, I want to know more about Punky Brewster. And see, the interviews I had with her, we talk about it a little bit, but I'm going to explore that, ask her a couple of questions about that, and a couple of different surprises. And I want to welcome my queen, Cherie Johnson, in the building on Next Legacy, Danaya Azure Radio. Welcome home, sweetheart.
Hey, queen.
Oh, thank you. Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm good. How have you been? Oh, my goodness.
I'm awesome. Thank you guys so much. It's so super uber sweet for me.
Listen, it's not even like it's all fact though. Like, literally an hour before, Cherie, like, people like are in line. They're just in line listening. They just want to hear. The conversation started about you like a whole hour before the show started, and that's testament to you, girl. It's what you do. So I want to thank you for taking on this platform and coming back home, so to speak, because, like I said, you and I go back, way back, and it's good to be able to have you on these airwaves. And the airwaves is live, national. Already, Canadian people out there, they're like, yo, she's great. Like, I remember her on blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey. Listen.
Thank you.
Hey, we over there having a celebration.
Thank you for leaving the door open for me to come home.
Girl, this is your home forever. So, it's what we do. Whenever there's a Next Legacy or whatever, there's you. You know what I mean? So it's all good. It's all good. So look, I'm going to start off by this because I know looking at people in the chat room and the conversations people are having is all surrounded the reboot of, and I'll start with this. I'll start with the reboot of Punky Brewster, and I know you probably had these questions asked to you, so forgive me if these are repeat questions that you've heard before. So my question to you, Cherie Johnson, is when you were first approached with this reboot, what was your mind space at the time where this became a realization that, oh, this is about to go down?
Oh my gosh! So I was first approached by social media. Social media actually knew before I did, and
oh, okay.
I was like, I don't know. I didn't know if it was real. You know, they've been talking about family matters coming back for years, but nothing has manifested. So probably about an hour after people on social media started hitting me, talking about, are you going to be on the show too? I was like, I don't even know if there is a show. Soleil hit me. And Soleil was like, oh, my God, nobody told you? And I said, no. She said, I thought Uncle David told you. I said, no. She said, we were sworn to secrecy, and we weren't supposed to say anything. The network wanted to release it first. She goes, but of course you're going to come back, right? I said, well, yeah, they asked.
Oh, wow.
So literally Soleil and I get off the phone, and my uncle calls. And he goes, did Soleil tell you? And I said, well, Soleil didn't tell me first. He goes, wait a minute, what? I said, yeah. He goes, oh, my God, they had to sign these non-disclosure agreements, and we weren't allowed to say anything. He's like, but I just knew Soleil was going to call you and tell you. I said, well, she just knew you were going to call me and tell me. You guys keep secrets too well, and it's funny. It's a good thing that they did because I'm the one that couldn't hold the secret probably, so I would have told her.
Right.
And so he's like, is it something you'd be interested in doing? And I started laughing, and I said, they better pay me because if they don't, I'm just going to show up anyway and walk across. Let's
hey.
me out. But,
all right.
And then it was so weird. Like, then I got this like weird official call from my agent, right? My agent's like, hey, so I just got a call from Punky. And I was like, you too? Me too. And we were just like laughing. And then they started like negotiating, and it became even more real. Insane.
So how does it actually, when all this came to pass, like, you know, from the conversations, and I swear, Cherie, social media knows everything about your life, almost everything, before it even leaks out and come. But you literally, all this, and then the realization came when you were going to start filming, and you went to set and everything. Like, I mean, I know more than likely the nostalgia factor kicked in and working with Soleil again. How has it hit you, or describe that for the people out there? Because Punky Brewster was an iconic show for a lot of reasons, for a lot of kids growing up, for a lot of adults who watch their kids grow up. So it has a genuine factor of realism, and also having child actors just excel on a high level. So describe that moment that you went on set working with Soleil and all that stuff again.
You know what? Okay, so my first moment, I arrived at like 10 o'clock in LA. I got to my hotel, and they literally told me, you got 30 minutes to get ready, and we're coming to get you. I was like, okay, because I had been out of town, right? So I get there. They're like, you have a meeting with the producers, and there's a car on the way to get you. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, let me change my clothes. Let me smell my underarms. Let me see if I stink. Let me wash my face and pee. They came and got me almost like as soon as I put my bags down, you know. And then they took me over to Universal. And when I got off the elevator, Soleil was standing there. I had no idea she was going to be standing there. But, of course, she's one of the producers of Punky Brewster. Why would she not be? But it didn't register to me then. You know what I'm saying? But it was like I saw her, and she grabbed my arms, and she gave me this big old hug, and she's like, come in my office. And then I bust out crying because, you know, Soleil is like a big girl. She has an office.
Right.
It's a golf course. And are you kidding me? And so she goes, this is your office, too. This is our office. We're really doing this. And I just bust out crying. Because, you know, first of all, we were kids. Soleil was 5 years old. I was 6 years old. Never, ever in life did we think that we were doing something that people would remember 38 years later. And for us to become like a culture, punky is a culture, is almost surreal to both of us. So to be able to go back on the set together and work with a lot of the same people. I mean, we even have our original sound guy, you know, who heard everything that we went through during our childhood and puberty, because we didn't realize we were just living, you know? Like, to walk in and see him, it was like a dream come true. Soleil and I definitely cried tears of joy and appreciation every day. Not that we didn't appreciate it the first time, but how much is a 5- and 6-year-old really going to appreciate it, you know?
True.
Right.
True.
But women in their 40s, you know, it's breathtaking. And just to see the labor of love that went into them recreating, you know, some of the punky sets, but making them new and just recreating the memories and the moments, just unreal. That's the best way to describe it. Absolutely, positively unreal.
Wow. Danaya, go ahead.
My life is honestly a dream.
You know, it's so crazy because you think about the impacts that show had. You know, I think now how much more of an impact it can have because of social media. Because we had no social media back then. It was just, you know, us watching TV. We had a couple channels or whatever, and now I'm just thinking about how much the reboot is going to impact kids, because you're going to have the parents that used to watch it. They're going to show it to their kids. It's going to be a totally different audience. But now there are different issues. The one thing I loved about the show is that it touched a whole bunch of issues that it touched a lot of issues that most people wouldn't touch back then. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think it's
but the power of punky will definitely keep its integrity. And I believe we're going to touch on, they won't let me know too much, probably because they know I talk too much. But I believe from the little bit that I've heard that we are going to have some real powerful, meaningful, right now episodes.
Okay. Oh, absolutely. Okay. I believe that. You know, like I said, I'm thinking about everything that's going on now from the racism to voting and everything that actually impacts kids now, because they're really getting to see it for real. You know, and back then kids, they kind of noticed it, but not really. But kids are really seeing it because they're not able to go to school, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, this is going to be powerful, like incredibly powerful.
I think one of the best.
Cherie, they won't let you say a lot, right? They're keeping everything under wraps. Like, they won't let you leak out as much as you possibly can. So when I ask this question, as far as, because we know, you know, everybody knows it's going to stream on the Peacock network.
Yes.
You can actually go get it and do all this stuff. But did they give you an air date? They tell you when? They tell you how many episodes?
You know, they cannot give us an air date because COVID.
Right.
So we're kind of in the air like everybody else. You know, COVID is ruling our world right now, and none of us appreciate it. We're praying that people will really stay home and stay safe so we can go back to work, people.
Okay. So is there still more work that needs to be done on the series, or like everything hasn't wrapped, right? There's still a lot of stuff that needs to be done.
Yes, we need to go to work, and we can't.
Okay.
We're unemployed just like the rest of you guys, thanks to COVID.
Okay. So this is good to know, because I didn't know that. Like, a lot of people were assuming that, you know what, commercials out, that means an episode is going to come sometime soon. But it's also a good look to let people know, like, you know, just like everything else that's affected by COVID and the situation going on, you guys are affected too. With that being said, how are you handling, aside from work, personal life, all that stuff, how are you handling things during this pandemic?
You know what? I'm enjoying my kids. I think one of the greatest opportunities that COVID has given us is to enjoy those who live in your home. My daughter, I asked her the other day to make sure that her mental health was okay, you know, because she hasn't played with a child since March. She's played Roblox on the internet, but she's had no physical interaction with another child. And I said, hey, baby, are you okay? What do you feel about COVID? And she said, Mommy, you know what? COVID is okay with me. It's pretty cool. I said, what? Why? And she said, because you don't have to go to work. I get to play with you every day.
Aww.
Yeah. So that was everything. That meant that I was doing something right. You know, she wasn't concerned or worried about her loved ones. And she was just happy to be in her house. And I think that says everything. You know, most children are trying to get back to school and run to their friends, and mine is cool. She's chilling in the crib.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Cherie Johnson, my guest, Next Legacy Radio, Danaya Azure Radio. Make sure you follow her now. Do it now on Instagram, Cherie Johnson 75. Make sure you go ahead and go and add also to the Instagram world. She has Cherie's World podcast. Make sure you follow all social media things related to Cherie Johnson. So one last thing regarding Punky Brewster. With everything that you have recorded thus far and everything that you're looking forward to later, and how you felt about everything as far as, you know, just being on set, working with Soleil again, what is the one of the most things that you're looking forward to when you do return to work?
Going back and seeing my best friend's face. Being able to smile at her or hold her hand or hug her in the middle of rehearsing when we're not supposed to be doing that. You know, being back together, we were literally like two little kids. They say cut, we're talking. Awesome. You know, they say action, we go back to working. But like the director came over one day and he goes, do you guys realize that you're the adults on the set and there are other kids on the show?
Oh, my God.
And I think Soleil and I looked at each other and was like, no way. And then
you're like, really, adults? Get the fuck out of here. For real?
Right.
Adults? That's what we doing? Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Now, I know that...
I'm the elder. I am the George James and the Stevie Garrett. Like, when did that happen?
I know with everything that's going on, I know you're definitely looking forward to you returning with your castmates, putting everything into perspective with this reboot. Cherie Johnson, my guest, Next Legacy, Danaya Azure Radio. And Danaya, go ahead and ask questions because I could talk to Cherie all day, so go for it.
I know. I'm thinking of one more. Oh, my goodness. There's so many things, but I'm thinking the biggest thing when it comes to the Punky Brewster reboot, what is the one thing that you want everyone to take away from the new show?
I want them to realize that we all grew up together, and we really appreciate your friendship because that's what it is when you guys grow up together. And you're going to be able to see yourself in us. We're now women. And the one thing about women is all of our lives are synonymous, regardless of social class, money, you know, married, single, divorced, whatever. We are all women and we're all living and going through the same exact things. So we will still be those same relatable girls you've always known your whole life.
See? The biggest game is told by Cherie Johnson right there because she does all, she knows all, she is everything. So, again, make sure y'all go ahead and follow her on Instagram, Cherie Johnson 75. Just saying, all the people out there, they're like, listen, you still carry a heavy status. Not, I want to say a rock star just kind of sounds too, cliche, but I mean, you have a lot of loyal people, and when I say that, a lot of loyal people that has your back and support you, and you got fan bases, men, women, kids of all ages, adults of all ages. Is this surreal? Because I mean, I'm saying that as I'm, going through chat rooms and I'm looking at people, literally just lose their fucking mind because they hear Cherie Johnson live on the radio. So how's that feel to you?
Oh, like I have a bunch of friends everywhere, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. I literally love you, and I appreciate just the tender love and care that you've given me my entire life, and the friendship. It means a lot.
Even the groupies?
Now
really?
that I am past the dating age,
I cannot.
I can say I love the groupies as well. When I was dating, I was on my damn nerves. No, I appreciate that from you.
Oh my God! He said even the groupies as she paused, like, well.
Listen. She wrote a whole book about the groupies, though. So wait a minute. Listen, Cherie, the author, may have written books about groupies, which people still need to go get because she got books on deck too. Amazon, go fuck with it for real. But I mean, she got groupies in the chat room right there. Like people want to marry you, people want to, you know what I mean? Like you got that. So groupies, I just wanted to mention the groupies because they're active. Still, just saying.
They're still here. I talk about groupies and about my dating experiences. It's called Stupid Guy Diaries, and it is available on Amazon now.
Yes.
Yeah, groupies is a pastime that I can laugh about now. It wasn't funny when I was going through it, but now it's hilarious.
Listen, I remember buying the book, and it's still right here. Like, and people can get it. They can get the Kindle version. They can whatever you need to get. And we talked about this before, Cherie. Like, I mean, I feel like you need to write and direct a movie about that. But it's for another day. I'm just saying we need to get that going.
I would love to.
I think people.
I would absolutely love to. We thought about doing like a webisode, then we thought about like doing an animation. We thought about actually putting someone else in to play my character. But I don't know. Like I'm still a little emotionally thrown by it. So maybe
but Cherie, who would play you though? Who would play you? I mean, I know you got longevity in history, but I mean, you still as long as you've been in the game, you still could cover, a young Cherie, you know what I mean? Like, who would play you though?
I don't know, maybe a young unknown with a lot of talent and a range, because my book definitely has range. Like I cry, I scream, I laugh. I probably have little nervous breakdowns every now and again. So.
I do have one question. So you were recently on VH1. What was it for? Like the crazy the crazy hair stories. How did that even happen? Who lost their mind and tried to mess with your hair? I did not understand that. I was like, yeah, you messed up Cherie Johnson's hair. She can destroy your entire career, right? Like I was just flabbergasted. I was like, who did that? How did that happen?
How to Catch a Beautician on VH1. My girl Tamar. It's her new show, Tamar Braxton. I worked on this project, which we'll rename Nameless. And, I got my hair burnt out sitting in a hairdresser's chair, a huge chunk of my waist-length hair. So I ended up basically, having a nervous breakdown or a big temper tantrum and cutting my hair off to my shoulders and then had to get it fixed. And it ended up to my chin. I had a cute little bob for a while, but, the growing out in between, I'm not one of those to comb my hair, so when I couldn't have a ponytail, I kind of freaked out. I did not know what to do with myself. Tamar was like, girl, come on. Johnny's going to hook you up. Johnny is her homeboy who used to do Michelle Obama's hair. And so she was like, Johnny gonna do you, but you got to be on the show. And I was like, okay, deal, as long as somebody fixes this. And that's what they did. They fixed it. Johnny gave me some alternatives. I'm not really good with wigs and falls, but it was cute. I look like Rick James' little sister or something. But it's in my closet now. It's cute. A lot of women actually like the fall.
Oh, no, you looked amazing afterwards. My biggest thing was the fact is, I don't understand if the person just didn't realize who you were, didn't understand how important your hair was, and you have actual hair products. I was just sitting there, I was like, but Cherie has hair. hair products. Like, this is not what she's used to. Why in the world would you think that this was okay to do to someone, especially at this stature? Like, girl, did you not pay attention to who your client was? Oh, my goodness.
Well, I think that's part of the problem. I made her, she was nervous. She didn't really have a lot of on-set experience, and she said that her iron was faulty, but she didn't want to tell production that she had a faulty iron because she was afraid that they would replace her. So she used it in my, I have a little sympathy for her now. After talking to a black woman trying to just, you know, she got some kids, she's trying to do good for herself, but she was scared that if she said, hey, I don't really have the equipment that I need, that they would fire her. And she felt like that job was important to have on her resume, and she needed the money to pay her bills.
Yeah, I think I got like 2% sympathy. I got 2% sympathy. That's what I got.
I mean, and I think it's more the fact of, like, when you know you have clients like that, you want to make sure that you're good and make sure that you can do it, because what if it had been a situation where you couldn't get it fixed? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my biggest thing about it. What if it had been that kind of a deal and it would have done major permanent damage, or she would have burned you or whatever? Like, there are so many things that go through my head. Like, why didn't you check this before you went to set? Anyways,
it was about 20 inches of damage. I literally cut my hair was at my waist and it ended up at my chin.
I remember.
Yeah. It's growing back, though. I'm using my hair products.
I know. I've seen. I was like, okay. Yes.
Thank you. It has given me the platform to rebrand my product. Because
that part. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. When I had my baby and stuff, it was just like I wanted to concentrate on baby. But then when my stuff got burnt out, I had to grow it back. So what do? You beg your partner to start making batches for you. And with Cherie being a natural growth agent, we've gone back, we've bottled it, and we're looking at launching hopefully early October.
Awesome.
Thank you.
She still gets 2%. She's still good. She still gets 2%.
Brenda's like, I have no. Brenda's like, you got 2% sympathy because you messed up. No,
listen, 20 inches of hair is making me go down to 1% right now. That's how I'm feeling about it. But you know, hey, to each his own. But I feel what you're saying, Danaya. Listen, if Cherie's my client, I need the first impression. You know, I'm not going to risk this little money just so I can go ahead and fuck up somebody's hair. But, you know, hey, to each his own, whatever. She gets 1% from me now. That's the just in. This just in.
It's falling even more. 1%. It's going to be like 0.5 in a second.
Right. Listen, everybody listening live in the chat room, I know we were going to go off of Punky Brewster and move on to something else, but real quick, in the chat room, people are asking, will there be somewhere in episodes, not saying multiple or anything like that, where there will be a reference to George Gain and Susie Garrett?
I don't know for sure, but what I can say is I absolutely know that it's important to the producers and to Soleil and I to keep things as real as possible and to keep the integrity of the show. So I do not see a season going by without us mentioning them, at least.
Okay. Had to throw that out there, and I think for sure, and I think the listeners out there would love it, and I think we all would, just because of not just, you know, they were part of everything that began. You know what I mean? So have to make sure that we mention a couple of people who were heavy factors into that series, and I'm sure into your lives and all that. So no, it was a good reference, good mention. Cherie Johnson is my guest. Next Legacy, Danaya Azure Radio. Follow Cherie on Instagram at Cherie Johnson 75. Cherie's World podcast as well, and I'm going to move on to that because your podcast has gained a lot of notoriety from its inception, and my question to you, what made you decide to tap in to a very, very crowded podcast world?
It really was not on my radar. You had mentioned it to me a couple of times, and then my co-host, Courtney, who is also the producer of the show, he interviewed me. Mm-hmm. And he used to do a show called behind the cave or in the cave. I don't know what it was. Something about a cave. And he said, hey, why don't you have your own podcast? And I said, I don't know. He said, well, I really think you could pull it off. I think you'd be a great host. You've got a lot of fun stories. People like to hear from you. And I said, okay, producer, produce it. And he was like, are you serious? And I said, yeah, let's go. And he was like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, if you think somebody will listen to it, let's see what will happen. And I think he thought that I was joking. So he had sent me this, like, thank you so much, for doing my interview, blah, blah, blah. I really appreciate it. Do you think you really are interested in doing the podcast? And I said, when do we start recording? And he said, well, who do you think we can get to be a guest? And I was like, I don't know. Who do you want? B2K is going back, on tour. Raz will do it. And he was like, are you serious? And I believe Raz was like our first interview. And I had just got off the phone. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. Raz was on the phone with me while he was packing to go on tour. And I was like, yeah, he'll do it. I never asked him, but I pretty much sure that he would do it. And he did. And before we knew it, we had 180,000 listeners every Wednesday. And now we've moved up to 200,000 listeners. So it kind of took off without me realizing what I was doing.
How do you find with everything that's going on, and I know you're multitasking, doing everything, not just being a super mom, you're all over. When it comes to this and the fact that, you've gained so much steam, notoriety, a lot of people are checking for Cherie's World now. How has it been hard to navigate, or is this one of your situations where, it's coming pretty naturally?
It's one of those things we're making trial and error. We're learning as we go, and it's kind of fun. I don't have to leave my house. I can spend time with my kid. I kick her in the room and let her play video games for an hour while mommy works. If I can make a living doing this, or at least a side hustle doing this,
right,
I'm okay with it.
You can just do this wearing your PJs or your nightgown.
Exactly.
Negligee. Negligee. Fuzzy slippers. I mean, I'm just naming names as I'm saying this, but yeah, you can do all that, right?
The show that I did when I interviewed Tamar, I actually had on my nightgown.
See, I told y'all. Y'all out there listening, y'all probably wanted to know scary asses, not even be like, hey, Cherie, she got negligees. Like, I mean, she wearing that live, like, see, y'all got the answer right there. See, there you go.
It's COVID. We're keeping it all natural over here.
Listen. It's okay. So when you say all natural, tell the listeners, what do you mean by that? When you say all natural?
Well, Keon, I have a spa. I'm the co-owner of a spa, and it's called Keeping It All Natural, and that's what Keon stands for. We are a natural spa. We have non-surgical plastic surgery procedures. We use a laser, which does laser sculpting, kind of like cool sculpting. A lot of our clients are for aftercare with plastic surgery gone wrong. We do everything from, regular facials to massages. There is somebody there who can do your hair and your nails and just have a nice little day. And we do serve men. It's not just a spa for women. Okay. And with that, all of our products that we use on you are all made from all natural ingredients. You can pronounce everything that we use on you. And our products are for sale right there in the spa.
That's what's up.
All right. So where can they get this, Cherie? Where can they go?
We are in Belle Harbor in Florida off of Collins Boulevard, but you can always find us at keepingitallnatural.com or Keon, which is KIAN, 4, LifeSpa.com.
So I'm going to put this out there for the listeners. If, they can go to that website. Do they need to, hashtag Cherie Johnson, or how can they let you know that they made a purchase? Because the first 5 purchases right now, and you can put this on your Instagram or whatever, I'll hook them up with a $25 Amazon gift card. So there you go, putting that out.
That's awesome. all they have to do if they inbox me on Instagram, we'll make sure we work it out. And
okay. So y'all hear that? I mean, this is live radio, but they gonna run this shit back and be like, ooh, I get a $25 gift card if I make this purchase. Yeah, do it.
Right.
Do
Absolutely.
it. Cherie's gonna put it out there. She's gonna let me know, and I'll make sure I hook it up. So, hey, listen, we change lives over here, and I'm telling you, keeping it natural. Listen, that's what we do. That's what we do. We just keeping it natural, right?
And what a lot of people
y'all heard it here.
I'm a certified nutritionist, and if you guys need to sit down and meet with a certified nutritionist, even though it's COVID, we take appointments via Zoom, so you can make those on our website as well.
Listen, y'all know Cherie's doing like all these different things, right? I won't be shocked if she was gonna tell me that she would be like, hey, Brand, like, you know what? 3 years ago, I went and got my medical degree, and now I can go ahead and hook anybody up that needs whatever. Like, you know, they can just come here. We could Zoom it. We could do whatever. Like, listen, if you were Dr. Cherie Johnson, MD, I'm just saying that I think that would be dope too. So, I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if you broke that out.
Let me throw out this disclaimer right here, okay? As he says that, I do not have my medical license, but I can't legally say I can cure anything, okay? But I can say that we can aid if you are suffering from anything like diabetes, high blood pressure, hypertension, fibromyalgia, lupus, eczema, psoriasis. We can't say we can cure you, but we can say we can aid your healing. Herpes, HIV, holler at us. Let's see if we can aid you.
Okay.
I feel that disclaimer out there strongly. Aid, not cure.
All right.
We gonna start rumors and shit. We gonna be like, Cherie got the cure. Corona.
Right.
She got that.
No.
Cherie got it, y'all. Cherie got it.
Cherie is not Dr. Sage. But she got it. She got it. Your blood pressure down a little bit, you know?
Right. Hey, Cherie Johnson's my guest. Next Legacy, Danaya Azure Radio. Follow Cherie Johnson on Instagram at Cherie Johnson 75. And all the people out there that's really glued in and want to get in the mix with Cherie's World podcast. We got a handful of XM people listening, stuff like that or whatnot. So this one is definitely on a business related, and it's part of like some of the stuff that's going on via chat room as well. If you were to be part of we're just going to hypothetically play this game, right? XM family, they got a lot of good stuff going on with Kevin Hart, straight from the heart. Shout out to him. They got the earthquake. Shout out to him. They got a lot of people really trying to move into that platform and that lane. So if you was to bring Cherie's World podcast into like a national syndicated situation, what would the target be? Not just target audience, but what would your main goal that you want to have accomplished? If you were on more than a national stage, because right now you still have, the national, international people that log in and that listens. But if you want to take it up a different level and go that route, how would you target it? What would your mission be?
My mission would really be to humanize the celebrity, bring some integrity back into a talent. Let people meet. That's my whole purpose in Cherie's World. Like, I don't just interview who's hot. I interview my people. I interview my friends. When I say my people, the majority of my interviews have been Black people, because I feel like we need a platform that is going to celebrate us. We need a platform who is going to keep the integrity of our work just there, our work, but also give you a chance to know people that you think that you know, but you really know their characters. You don't know their character. So I think that would be my main purpose.
I mean,
that was
not what
she just said.
Not what TMZ throws out, Right.
And I think what captured the essence of what you're talking about was right off top when you said that you want to humanize the celebrities, because a lot of people don't. When I tell people my story about how much of an impact you made on me by just the conversation alone, I mean, you could have had, some other person call and set up your own interview, but you did it yourself and you were engaged. So people like that don't exist per se, but they do based on what we see on Cherie's World. Humanizes celebrities. People didn't know this about a person, or people didn't know they were just real-to-real people having a real conversation. And that is rare. That is rare, and that is what's captured when people listen to Cherie's World podcast, because it creates that essence that, they're just regular people just like you and me. You know what I'm saying? So I love that part about what you said, so I appreciate that. You get a standing ovation, my dear.
Oh, thank you. I
just stood up.
I think for me, what made that so clear.
Hold on, Danaya. Hold on, I'm about to stand up again. Hold on. Okay, I just did. All right, now I'm about to sit back down. All right, I just did that right now. All right, cool. Go ahead, Danaya. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But what made that statement so clear?
Hold on, let me stand up one more time. All right, I got it. All right, let me stand up again. Let me just do it. All right, go ahead, Danaya. I'm sorry.
Was when you had the interview with Kelly, and y'all were just and it was like you were just talking like you were on the phone. You know what I mean? I think the whole thing, like actually with Kelly and with Darius as well, like that was just, and it was beautiful because it was like they were kids again, just talking about the show and reliving it, and it was an amazing exchange. I watched like all different versions of it. One thing I love about Cherie's podcast, she puts out the audio, then she puts out the video, she puts out a short version, a long version. You can watch how many kinds of ways that you want to. She'll take little snippets of it and give you a teaser. Like, she really, really markets it incredibly well. But it really ties you in because you're like, wait, I never knew that. Or, they said that. Or what does social media say? Y'all know y'all lying. Y'all don't even pay attention. Y'all just reading the damn headline. That kind of stuff. So you really get to really get to know people outside of what social media says, outside of what the tabloids have said. You get to really know their stories. I think that's what's so incredibly important. And so when she said what the mission of the podcast was, I was like, that's exactly what I think of every time I listen to it.
Well, I think what most people don't realize is TMZ will pay people like $1,500 when they come up with these stories. Or Wendy Williams, they just make shit up out of their ass to talk about people because that's their job.
Mm-hmm.
Their job is to make up gossip. And if there's nothing going on that day, guess what? They make it up.
Make it up.
And people don't realize that. Yeah, and that's horrible. You can't just make up lies about people and then the world helps spread the lie, and now y'all think y'all know something about somebody. Like me, they said that I was doing Playboy. And I was like, I was? I never tried to do Playboy in my life. I would not. And they said I was in Malibu taking pictures. I was in Miami. I wasn't even in Malibu.
I bought all the Playboys looking for them episodes with Cherie. I bought all of them. Looking for them. I'm like, where Cherie at? Where she ain't? Oh, she ain't on this one. All right,
and that's why you can't.
She ain't on that one. Oh, damn, she ain't on that one either. Man, like, crushed my soul when I couldn't get a Playboy of Cherie Johnson. Damn. Like, wait a minute.
You can get a Playboy.
Wasted my money on that shit. All right. Look, Cherie, what are some other ones? Playboy, I remember that. I remember you and I had a conversation about that, and to me, it's just like, total bullshit. Like, why? Why would somebody come up with that? So, Miss Johnson, what are some other really ratchet rumors or really, really, really dumbass lies that you have been what that stuff has been thrusted upon by, just
God.
Yeah.
There's so many. Anytime I kissed a boy, there was a problem. I was not engaged to Ricky Romance. I did not have that boy who I had the worst date of my life with, Baby, who I got caught in a cotton field with. I didn't have his baby. He's not my husband. Ricky Romance and I never were doing a TV show together. What else? oh, Jalissa Lynn. They say Jalissa Lynn is my girlfriend. I don't know. I'll leave that up to debate. That I don't mind that rumor. But I mean, that rumor was awesome. I got woken up at 7:30 in the morning because 750,000 people had clicked on something called Media Takeout to see if I was gay or straight because I kissed a girl on my book trailer. And the girl happened to, a few years later, become a Playboy bunny, Jalissa Lynn.
Right.
So, you know, take it how you want to. But I hear so much stupid stuff about me, I don't even know what else there is. What else is there? I didn't die. That one's been out there a couple times. I'm still here.
Yeah, that was a couple of other ones, but you know, because I know you, that just kind of seemed like that was total bullshit, though. But whatever, like, you know, all the rumors. But again, it kind of circles back really quick to Cherie's World and the podcast that you're dropping. Like, to me, one of the realest podcasts thrusted upon so many other podcasts that's out there because it just creates so much authentic moments. Tamar's interview was just so raw and uncut. I got to shout you out on that for sure. But also, where do you see your podcast going?
Really want to do it.
She didn't want to do it? Why?
You know what? She didn't have a problem doing it. She just wasn't having a great day. And she told me.
I got you.
And I said, I love you and I appreciate it. Turn on that camera, girl. And she did it for me.
Yeah, no, and Tamar's you know, interview, and you've had a lot of other ones too. That's just, you know, to me it just feels authentic, and I think a lot of people out there that's checking it out, you know, brings that to the table. But no, that's just one notable recent one that just brought it really, like, you know, to perspective. Not just about the dynamic between you and Tamar, but just, you know, all the stuff that people would say about Tamar and all the, you know, stuff that she pretty much put to bed, just in general regarding certain things of her life and stuff like that or whatever. No, I gotta applaud you on that though. So, you know, it's nice to hear realism mixed in with podcasts. So my question to you, sweetheart, is there is a lot of podcasts out there. There's some podcasts that should stay, some podcasts that should not. Just like music. There's some people that can sing and there's some people that cannot. So my question to you is, how do we, as media folks, overcome certain situations where, in general, some cases may be where, you know what, I'm just going to look at or listen to trash instead of the real? How do we differentiate that and still exist in a crowded world via podcasts?
Oh, gosh. Okay, so I have to, like, I can't sing, right? But some trash songs are really good, you know? And so, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm going to be a J-Lo fan. We all know J-Lo can't sing. But it's work. And I enjoy the moment, you know, if I'm waiting on tonight, then I'm in the bathroom, I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm taking it for that moment. But if I need my soul fed, you know, or if I need, like, my brain fed, no, I don't go to J-Lo. Then I go to somebody who's more soulful that can really sing. So just take it for what it's worth. Enjoy. I think there's a time and a place for everything. Just realize that whatever you allow your energy to soak in, because energy transfers.
Yeah.
So what do you want to transfer to you? Me, I don't mind J-Lo because she's a party girl. Sometimes I want to be a party girl. So just, you know, be mindful of what you're letting in your aura or in your energy. If you want to be the negative,
game is told by Cherie Johnson. Yeah. If you want to be bitter, go fuck with bitter things, right? You know what I mean? Like, if you want to do that, that's just you. Go do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so if you want to feel like, you know, it's just like, you know, you got to have a taste for some music. Like you mentioned earlier, like, all right, trash music. Yeah, I'll mess with it today. But you know what? Tomorrow I might want to get into some gospel music. You know what I mean? So it depends on the mood and the taste that you are let in. But at the end of the day, you know what's going to be your full circle, period, right? So there you go. There you go. Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair. Danaya, what question do you have for Cherie before, you know, I'll sneak something else into here for this young lady. So go ahead, Danaya. I'm monopolizing all of, whatever time you feel like you need to have with Cherie, but, that's okay.
I'm not hurting him, I swear. What interview would you say has been most impactful to you on your podcast?
Wow. Impactful as far as, like, impacting my soul? Or...
Yeah.
Oh.
Like something that was just, like, super powerful, like you had that, like, wow moment, like, I had no idea, that kind of thing. Like, man, like, you had to sit back and think after you had the interview.
Hey,
like, choosing what kid do you like? Like, which kid do you like, Cherie?
Yeah.
Which one?
She answered the question. You know what, Brand?
Listen.
Because
so Tamar's your favorite kid, then? Is that what you're saying?
No,
Tamar's your favorite kid.
No, that's But, like, I had asked some questions that I probably shouldn't have asked, and I probably wouldn't have asked if we weren't so close.
Right.
But you look back at it afterwards, and you're like, damn, should I have done that? And for her just to be, for me, Tamar was important, right? And the reason why it was important, I don't watch TV and I don't watch movies. So I'm not familiar with the character that everybody knows of Tamar. But once I did the VH1 show, people start coming up to me and they were like, girl, getyourlife.com and something, I don't know, get your coins and all this stuff. And I was like, what the hell are they saying? Like, I'm confused.
Right.
Because that's not the woman that I know. So I started to learn a whole different person. I had never watched the Braxton Family Values, and I didn't watch her show that she had with her ex. But I got to know through the fans who they thought that they knew. And I was like, no, that's not the person that I know at all. And so it's important for me to show the world that was a character, but this is the lady. And those are two different people. And you know what? Who else? Luther Campbell. I can say Luther Campbell, too, because everybody knows Uncle Luke, right?
Yes.
Damn right.
Booty out Luke.
Don't stop, get it. Don't stop, get it. Don't stop, get it.
So I actually met Luke before I met Uncle Luke. My mother showed me why she was upset that I was with Luther Campbell because she showed me Luke's Peep Show, and I was like, ooh, what is that?
Right.
And like, that's why I was pissed off when my 16-year-old called me and you were hanging out with him all night. That was the problem. And I was like, oh, now I get it. But he's one of my best friends in life. He's always been a mentor to me. And so it's important for me that other people see the man behind the character.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
because if you didn't tell me about, real-ass, cool-ass Uncle Luke, like, I just would have been knowing him as, like, 2 Live Crew Luke. You know what I'm saying? But, again, it's why, Cherie's World podcast keeps it solid. So there you go. There you go.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you this, because I know you, so I'm not putting anything out there that you haven't told the world, because you just mentioned something too, and I'm like, and I think about it, and I'm like, I don't know, I got to get a little bit more insight on this. So you've always told me, and I think I think we go back as far as having a conversation like this a few years ago, but you told me that you hardly ever watch TV or movies. So for a woman that directs, does movies, TV, why? Where does that come from, where you just don't do it? Like, you know what, you get home, I don't want to do it today. Is it because you do it too much? Like, tell the listeners, because I want to know. I'm nosy.
Who
want to know everything.
Goes home and does the job for free? Nobody wants to work off time, right?
If I had a other mic, I would drop it right now. Like,
I don't just watch TV like other people do. I see every camera angle. I see if there's continuity off. If the pen was just right to the right and nobody touched it and now it's to the left, I'm irritated. And I want to know how come the editor did not see that. I watch everything from the lighting. Sometimes you see sandbags in the shot. Sometimes you see lighting equipment. You see a boom dip in. I just can't watch. My mother says she hates to watch TV with me. Because I'll be like, you know, she's literally like, get out. I'm like, why didn't they put the stabilizer on before they edit? Did you see that jump cut? And she's like, what's a jump cut?
Oh, look at you. Wow. Okay.
I can't just watch and be entertained. The brain doesn't sleep. But I will say, my baby on the other end right there, he let me watch Hamilton on Disney Plus with him. I'm talking about Brandy.
Mm-hmm.
And I fell in love with Hamilton. And so I did watch TV this year. I watched Hamilton this year.
Okay.
That counts, right?
All right. It does, and your understanding about, you know, watching it and how that does to you. I'm more curious, like, you know, listen, you know, we go out to a movie, and I just want to watch you and your reactions to certain things. So that's going to be, we gonna have to. I'm gonna have to record that though, because that's gonna turn into something. Just saying. Tasha Smith. Listen, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think I would get a big kick out of watching you watch the movie that I wouldn't even watch the movie. I just want to watch you watch the movie, if that makes sense. Just saying.
You'll see me stressed out or like giving the director thumbs up. I'll be like, oh, that was awesome. You'll be like, what was awesome? I'll be like, did you see that transition shot? Did you see the time lapse? The time lapse.
Cherie Johnson is our guest on Next Legacy Danaya Azure Radio. Follow Cherie on Instagram, Cherie Johnson 75. Cherie's World podcast as well. Make sure you go ahead and do that. TheRealCherie.com is the website. A lot of people in the chat room are your biggest, groupies, solid, all the people out there. They just hashtagging, linking, all that shit. Hey, teamwork make the dream work. I appreciate y'all for spreading that out there, because they told me, they was like, hey, Brand, don't forget to shout out the website too, bruh. So I did. My bad. TheRealCherie.com. Listen, Team Cherie is going in extra hard.
I love it.
They're going extra hard. Like the Cherie Mafia right now. Like, they're just going in. It's just like, listen, I'm going to make sure I do whatever they want me to say. Hey, whatever they want me to say, whatever they want me to do, I'm going to almost do it. Like 99% of it, I got you. The other ones are the groupies, so, we'll get that out there.
The groupies are the ones that tell me I'm going to impregnate you so I can be a house husband.
Yeah,
okay?
Exactly.
What is wrong with them?
Not the people that support me.
Cherie's been on here for like an hour, right? There's already like conversations about making, hey, that's going to be my wife. Like 2 or 3 different marriage proposals somewhere mixed in there. Hey, listen, they got chat room fights over guys who want to be the first one to marry Cherie. Not trying to make a rhyme out of it, but I'm just saying, and listen, it be like that sometimes. So look, Cherie, we a longtime friend of ours, the station, shout out to Tasha Smith, sorry. Everybody knows who she is and what she is. She told me one day that, I asked her a question I'm going to ask you, and that question is, with everything that's going on, movies, superheroes, stuff like that. So we asked her that question. She wanted to flip it and ask you, because she wanted to be, if there could be a movie about a superhero that she would play, she would be the Bionic Woman. So I'm going to throw that question out there to you. If there was a lead superhero that Cherie Johnson could be in, what superhero would that be?
Cherie Shinobi.
Yes.
Shinobi is the highest form of a ninja.
Are we going back to like the old school video games and stuff like that too? We going back that way?
No.
Remember those games?
Not. Yes, but no, absolutely not. Cherie Shinobi is something more real, something more right now, what's really going on. I think that she would slay human traffickers.
But you don't want an 80s retro to that, though. You just want it to be like right now, 2020 pandemic craze, new millennium Shinobi. You want to do that?
I want I want some new Black Power, Shinobi, you're not going to take my children's melanin. And I'm not just saying my children, but all children. I think it should definitely be some, you know what, I've been in the house. You guys gave me a little bit of time to get a little bit too cautious. I feel like I'm a little bit in the know, and maybe housewife just lost her mind, and she decides she's going to go get these little brown kids out these cages. No.
Wow.
Yeah, come on.
Wow.
Come on.
She enters the system and takes over.
Listen, can you direct that? I can do a voiceover. Like, I'm trying to offer my services already in advance, live on air. Like, listen, I feel like that might be like a job for me later. So, can I work for you? That's my question.
Absolutely.
Live on the air, putting you on the spot. So,
don't work for me, sir. Work with me. Let's make it happen.
Okay, I could do that too. Okay, all right, y'all heard it here. And you know what's dope about this one though? Left field. Didn't even think about it until she broke it down like that though. So, because everybody's coming with the sexy, cliche superheroes or whatever. This one would be right up the alley of some realism mixed in with some, heavy-handed Black Power on a woman's perspective too. So, okay, all right. Danaya, do your jewelry. Get it ready.
Yes. Oh, you already know.
She's working on her second black belt, so I'm sure she could help mommy out with some of that martial arts.
There you go.
Yes.
Listen, we're gonna have young Cherie be your stunt double. So we'll go ahead and get that in. See, I'm already precasting stuff right now too. I mean, Cherie's gonna star and direct it. She's gonna write it. I'm just along for the ride. I'm trying to find work right now. Like, trying to get like 5 jobs, 10 jobs like Cherie. So I'm just trying to be on that level. So hey, just saying. So yeah. And for the record, Cherie, people are still trying to marry you live on the internet too. Just so you know, I'm just saying that right now.
Well,
so
Brandon,
they're
not
quitting.
Screen record that. You have to screen record that and put that on Instagram.
Oh no, I'm gonna show it to her. It's funny though. It's funny. These people are literally like, and I'm like, calm down, people. She's live on the air. Like, she will respond to marriage proposals as she sees fit. Like,
Lord have mercy.
groupie love.
What they need to know is I'm not the average. So if you want to tell your boo to go shopping and you expect her to go to Fashion Nova, I'm not your girl. My boo tells me to go shopping, I'm calling my real estate agent because I want to buy something that's going to benefit everybody later.
Boom.
See, look at that. Look at that. Out there, y'all listening, and people in the chat room listening. If y'all can't get on that level, don't knock on her door. Just saying. Just saying.
She said, I'm calling my real estate agent, honey. Okay.
Don't knock on that door if you can't provide that level.
Right. I'm just saying, Boo says go shopping, a good girl's going to be obedient. So I'm going to be obedient. You tell me to go shopping. I'm not going to Fashion Nova.
Listen.
I'm calling Mr. Andre Keith. He's my real estate agent.
Listen, hey, y'all, hey, that's next level. That's next level love right there. If you can't provide that, then stop knocking on the door. Just saying. Just saying. Words by Cherie right there. So, they still going at it in there, though. They ain't quitting. They still got it. They're like, I got that. Fucking liars.
Oh, my God.
Oh, y'all, no, let me stop. Hey, listen, if I start talking about these people, they're going to come down on me hard. So, no, Team Cherie, Black Power. Sorry. Just saying.
Watch his mentions go crazy for next legacy and be like,
listen, hey, I love Cherie. I'm not trying to get on her team's bad side whatsoever. Hey, listen, I'm trying to have a decent career in life, and I want to go far. Like, if I fuck with Cherie's fan base, I might have to retire. Like, oh shit.
We're not doing that no more.
Yeah, I'll be that motherfucker. I did a radio show with Cherie Johnson, and her fans turned on me because I said the wrong things, and I can't have a career no more because I just messed up, and I'm sorry, and I'm just saying that I'm sorry to all the people out there who felt offended. Thank you. I have spoken.
You know what? And I gotta say, I'm sorry to Fashion Nova too. I do like Fashion Nova clothes. Somebody.
They're probably like, ooh, she does. Oh yeah, let me go ahead and see what's up. So
right, Fashion Nova needs to be a sponsor on Cherie podcast though. Cherie's podcast.
Hey, listen,
that's what I need to do.
Actually, I'm going to do this solid for the people in the chat room that's listening. And all the people that's on the line listening, I appreciate it. And all the people that's going to run this back via podcast, too, I appreciate it. But also, let me throw it out there because people are literally huge fans of Cherie. And no jokes aside, like, you know, a lot of people are really, really glued in tonight from different parts of the globe. And I appreciate that. Obviously, United States, a lot of Canadian shout-outs as well as Germany with a few Australian fans of yours in the mix. A lot of people are asking, do you have, you know how you can go to Amazon and, like, do the gift thing or whatever? So if people actually can see, you know, stuff that Cherie likes, then people can actually go and get it via Amazon. So they want to know, do you have that linked up or whatnot?
No, I've never done that before. Maybe somebody can walk me through doing it, and I'll try it, but no.
Okay. I got you, babe. I'll walk you through it because inquiry minds want to know. So, you know, you literally, like, set up some, Cherie, where you can, like, put, like, your favorite whatever, something you want to get, and then your fans can go get it to you as gifts.
That is so
there you go.
sweet. No, I didn't see.
Hey,
technology.
Y'all, if y'all, listen, all right, so if Cherie does this, listen, if y'all get her gifts, it's because y'all want to give it to her. She's not expecting, listen, if y'all think that she's going to do a favor for a favor, that's not going to happen, people.
Right.
So you put that out there. Chat room people and people running this back later.
Let's
like,
clear
you know,
that up now.
I'm her personal bodyguard, too.
I'm not one of those
Cherie's bodyguard as well. I'm on the payroll.
And I just
listen, move people out of the way. Get out. Just saying, too.
Also,
listen.
Cherie Johnson is on Cameo, so if you guys want to book her for, like, your kids' birthday parties, all that kind of stuff, go and Cameo and hire Cherie Johnson. It sounds the cutest what she did for her little girl's birthday. It was awesome. It was so adorable. So make sure y'all go ahead, go to Cameo.com and make sure that you book Cherie Johnson for your next event, greeting, whatever. Or just to have her come or have her,
So wait, Danaya, I can go to Cameo.com and I can go find Cherie Johnson and she could, like, do what? What is she doing?
That's a good question. So what do you offer on Cameo?
see Cherie laughing right now because she know where I'm going with this. Cherie knows. I'll stop playing. Let me stop because people are going to start taking this shit hella personal.
So
I
said Cameo, not OnlyFans. Don't start with me, Brian.
The Cherie, I'm gonna call these Cherie groupies, the Cherie groupies, groupie Cheries, groupie Cherie groupies. Yeah, they gonna be like, what the fuck?
You know, like you can't hit me on Cameo and ask to see like the I have some guy and I don't know who he is, but the deep pink soles of your feet with the ridges. Can you show those on like I don't do that on Cameo. This is more fans only.
Wow.
I'm not pulling out a booth or nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? I will say happy birthday. I will sing. I will leave a happy anniversary message or a great wish for a baby shower. I'll give mom tips, but you know, I will not, like, break up with your partner for you because it's just not nice. I will not tell your girlfriend that you're cheating with me. I actually had that as a request. But
no, are you kidding? What?
Oh, there's been some
Lord
coming to Cameo. Yeah, Cameo and Star Nova. Both of those. I do 90% of the requests that come to me. I have no problem fulfilling them, but there's this 10% that really.
Hey, Cherie, some dumbass person on the chat room was like, "Yeah, I was that guy. I did that. Oops." They probably lying though, but he was like, "You probably hella lying."
The pink soul guy. The pink soul guy shows up every day.
Oh my god!
And it's to the point where like I asked him so many times. I finally told him yesterday. I was like, "Kate, you know that's a creepy approach. I get it that you have a foot fetish, But you don't approach a woman by saying, let me see the pink soles of your heels of your feet.
No.
Can you stick your toes in my mouth? You say, hi, how are you doing?
Right.
Nice to meet you before
Lord.
you say I have this crazy fetish.
Oh, my God.
Horrible.
But he was like,
horrible.
I apologize.
Hey.
He said, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to come off creepy. Well, you did, bruh.
It sounds creepy.
Yeah. It's
yeah. Nah.
Whatever happened to just, hi, how are you? Like, I'm confused.
Nah, listen, and Danaya, just a real listen. You know what? My daughter's birthday. Can you shout her out? She's a big fan. Or my wife or my husband's a big fan. Can you just do a shout out, something like that, or whatever? Like, I mean, why I gotta be crazy? Like, can you just let me just point out the big toe, Cherie. Let me look at the big toe. Can I just look at the big toe one time? Like, can you send a video of the big toe? I just want to see it.
I
$5
so much that
big
I
toe.
wanted to know.
Big.
And they're really offended. Like, I have people also that try to book you for appearances and stuff, and I'll be like, oh, okay, what kind of appearance is it? Yes, I want you to be my date to my birth. No, I'm not an escort. I don't do that.
Wow.
Oh my Lord.
Wow.
It's just an appearance.
They're taking it there. See, I find that pretty weird and offensive on a level like, look, this is not a dating site. This is not Match.com. Let me stop. I'm not trying to shout out these .coms unless they're paying us, but you know what I mean.
Instagram.
So
Instagram is full of it.
That's horrible.
All you're going to do is reply. You're not going to get nothing but a reply.
And you're probably not going to like the reply that you get, so y'all gotta stop playing with Cherie, because she will drag you on social media and let her. And what's the funniest part is watching her drag somebody and then watching the comment section. I just sit back and watch because it's whoo.
Cherie got some writers though. She got some people that'll go. She got some ride-or-die folks with her for sure. She do.
That's one of the great things about growing up with America. America grows up with you. They cover you. They protect you. They don't appreciate the bullshit either.
Yeah.
Which is probably why
she got
right now.
And she got groupies. She got groupies too.
That's why she wrote a whole book about her groupies.
Which is a movie coming out soon. Which I'm already starting rumors and shit. Yep. Cherie's already writing a movie based on her book. It's coming soon, y'all. Coming soon. Listen, I'm going to speak it, pray it into existence, and I'm going to be that bodyguard that's going to work for Cherie. Like, I'm employed by Cherie Johnson. It's going to be the highlight of my life right there. TheRealCherie.com. Go there, people. Go there.
Yes.
But also go to Instagram. I said it earlier. I'm going to put it out there. You buy any of Cherie's products, I will personally get you guys a $25 gift card, first 5, that will hit Cherie up that says, hey, I made this purchase. Here's my receipt. Cherie's going to let me know, and I will go ahead and hook you up with a $25 gift card, first 5. First 5 that does it, got you. The last 5 that do it, I'll give you a high five, and we'll think about something later for you to do later on or whatever. But the first 5, I'm going to put that out there. So there you go. Cherie, I know I work for you and stuff, but can you make sure that on social media you throw that out there? First 5 purchases got you for a gift card. Can you do that?
I got you, but when do you work? You do not work for me.
Yeah, hey, listen. I'm putting it out there. I told y'all. Hey, listen. Thanks, boss. Appreciate it, though. But look, here we go. Right now, I got some. Listen, Cherie doesn't know we're doing this. Danaya told you earlier, but Cherie doesn't know we're doing this. We're going to play a little game. We're beyond past the top of the hour, but, everybody's all logged in. So, Cherie, we're going to play a word association game. So I want to officially welcome to the new part of the dating, not dating, but, why? Because but this is like the first, this is not a dating game. I just want to make sure I put that out there. I don't know, first word that came to my mind was dating, but my bad. But Cherie Johnson's here. We're going to play a word association game. Danaya and I are hosts, and Cherie's a guest. So Danaya and I have 5 words that we're going to go ahead and read off to you. And I just want the first word that comes to your mind when we read off these words. So, Cherie Johnson, are you ready?
I believe so. I'm a little nervous, but I'm ready.
Cherie's like, what the fuck did I get myself into? So she's like, oh shit. Cherie's here. Give her a standing ovation, people. Cherie, thank you for taking the opportunity to play this game. We all love you. Solid fan base loves you. Groupies love you. I love you. Let me stop, because I got there's too many people that's in my ear. Like, what, they're like, oh shit, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? All right, I'm gonna run my first 5, and then Danaya's gonna run hers. Listen, I don't care. We live on air. It's like real radio right here, people. So, chat room, shout out people, groupies, fan bases. Listen, hey, by the time they run this back, there's going to be some people that hate me. They like, yo, but that's okay. That's all right.
Usual.
It's all good. It's all good. Wow, as usual. Thanks, Danaya. First word, Cherie. Are you ready?
Yeah.
First word.
I think.
You ready? All right, first word. Donald Trump. First word comes to your mind.
Oh, shit.
That's the first word. First word is shit.
Wrong.
I'm just playing. That was the first word that came to Cherie's mom.
That's probably what's in real, though.
Second word, Cherie. Second word that comes to your mind, Cherie. Joe Biden.
Oh. That was my word.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Third word that comes to your mind, Cherie. Hip hop. That might be 2 words, but
Life.
it's only one word though. Life. Okay. Life. All right. Next word that comes to your mind when you hear it. Will Smith.
Brother, you need a hug. Hug. My brother need a hug.
Stupid. Cherie, hella funny.
His face was so sad, man. I seen his little crying eyes. I was like, oh, boy, you need a hug.
Oh, yeah.
In the last word, Jada Pinkett Smith.
Boss.
Boss.
Yeah, all right.
Black woman superhero right now. We always hear about black women crying, looking like a fool, saying what the nigga that cheated on her. She's the first one to turn it around.
Yeah.
Yep. She flipped it. That's for goddamn sure. She put herself on the red table. She put herself on the red table, and that was the first word. The first thing that I was thinking was like, hey, she came up with a whole new word of, some other shit with the whole entanglement thing. So, yo,
yes.
Hey,
but what people don't understand, she played us all through and through because she got $80,000 just out of everybody downloading and watching the interview.
Damn.
Yep.
Seriously?
Right, yes. For those 100 and
think about it.
It was like 120 million hits or something like that. It turned into like $80,000. That's a boss. So not only did I cheat on you and have
one interview. Ooh, wow.
I got paid from it too. Thank you. You're not gonna play me.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
And she ain't going to South Africa. She can call her real estate agent.
Which is the reason why Homeboy came out. He came out with an entanglement song featuring Rick Ross.
He sure did.
Because he's like, well, let me jump on this payday too. You know what I mean? So let me do this. But whatever. Danaya, go ahead and roll off your thought. Right. It's interesting because I ain't heard Danaya. So Danaya, all right, it's on you.
First word is protest.
Thank God.
Okay.
Thank God.
Cool.
That's what came to mind.
Yeah, I agreed. Queen.
Latifah.
Yes, I love it. Redlining.
Bullshit. Because that was some bullshit.
YouTube.
Paycheck.
Chicago.
My heart. Defibrillator.
That's what's up.
And the reason why I say Chicago's my heart is everybody thinks I'm from Chicago because Punky Brewster took place in Chicago. Family Matters took place in Chicago. Chicago has a huge impact on my heart and my life forever.
That's what's up.
There you go. There you go.
That is definitely what's up.
Cherie,
I
appreciate you playing the game because. No, I'm just gonna say I appreciate you playing the game because you don't know what the hell we were doing. You're like, oh no, what are you doing?
But what was so dope about her answer, especially when it came to Chicago, was that was one of the few times that something positive came from that answer. Because usually it goes to something crazy, and so for her to be like my heart, because these are the shows that I was on that that were said to take place here. And truly affected and changed my life. That was awesome. Because I didn't know what the answer was going to be. I'm like, let me just see what she said. That was cool. That was surprising.
Unfortunately, Chicago's getting a bad rap right now for all the violence that's going on. In fact, one of my co-hosts on the show, his nephew was just murdered the other night in Chicago. So it breaks my heart, but those are my people. Right. It's affecting my people, the same people, the reason why I'm doing Cherie's World podcast. In fact, the man who is the producer of my show and the co-host is from Chicago.
Oh, wow.
So Chicago is my lifeline. There is no Cherie Johnson without Chicago.
Okay. See, that's fact. See, a lot of people out there that's pure Cherie Johnson supporters probably didn't. Some people probably knew, some people didn't. You know what I'm saying? You learn new stuff every day. Hey, you said Chicago. Like some people hella stupid. They're like, hey, you could have. They start busting out the Good Times lyrics. Keep your head above water. Y'all stupid. All y'all out there, just y'all crazy. But
I am stupid. Y'all stay home. Y'all stay home. Look, this is funny. Y'all stupid. All y'all out there, I appreciate it. Listen, Cherie, I appreciate you being a sport. And not only that, as we get ready to wrap up this interview, all the people out there that's listening, again, I said it earlier, Cherie's going to put it on her Instagram, first 5 purchase. And we'll probably do this on a rotationary basis, if that's even a word. I just made up a new word. If anybody out there listen, I do that from time to time because,
we know.
Hey, whatever. Whatever.
Maybe $80 grand off the playback.
Hey, y'all
rotationary. Hashtag rotationary. Put that on Instagram. Hashtag rotationary. As a matter of fact. Let me go ahead.
Come up with some. Listen. Yeah. We put it on that. Cherie and I figure out. We'll do it from time to time. You know what I'm saying? But anything that y'all purchase from Cherie's going to be the director of this. Where y'all go to buy, y'all could actually turn it around and get a $25 Amazon gift card on me. So put that out there. First 5 people. Last 5 people or the people in somewhere in between, I don't know. We'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But y'all stop. You can get a high five. You can get like a DM from Cherie or whatever. We'll figure that out too. But first 5 people, we'll put it out there. Cherie, this has been fun.
Thank you. so much for having me.
If people want to book you, they can go to writercherryj@gmail, right? That's like a legit place where they can go and, try to negotiate something.
Wow,
that sounded so horrible.
Rotationary.
That sounded horrible. That sounded so bad. Where they could go and set up a business conversation with you. That's a better way to put it. That is a better way.
Absolutely.
They can go there, right?
It will be read by my agent. Yes. So don't send nothing crazy because it ain't me.
All right.
She'll
hey,
you online. Y'all better complain with her.
Listen, and the people out there, no proposals going to that email, please. Don't
please.
do that. We're trying to network here, people. We're trying to do that. Just saying.
Yeah,
Cherry's
my
been
agent
fun.
won't tell me anyway. Thank you so much for having me. I love you guys.
It's been fun.
Love you too, Mama.
Hey, listen, before you go, Cherie's World Podcast. This airs what, weekly? Every Wednesday? Something like that? Tell people.
Every Wednesday. We drop a new show every Wednesday. You can catch us on iTunes. You can catch us on Apple Podcasts. You can catch us at iHeart, Spotify, or YouTube. Or worldpodcast.com.
Hey, and we're going to try to set up something for subscribers, too. So you subscribe to all things that's Cherry's World. Cherie and I will put together something that we could be able to. We'll put a Cherry package together for those who are diehard supporters or something like that. So we can come up with something. So something off the top of our heads as easy as the Amazon gift card for the first 5. Cherie and I could figure out something we could do for the dedicated subscribers to Cherry's World. So we're all networking here, and we're all trying to make sure that we grow in the process of it all. So. Cherie, I love you. I thank you for calling in. All the people out there that's listening, the people that will network with Cherie, she is an amazing woman. She is someone who is easy to work with, easy to talk to, easy, and I say that in the most respectful way, easy to get along with. And she is an amazing woman and a talent, and people out there would benefit by working with her, period. And absolutely. I want to encourage everybody to go out there and do that. Don't you agree, Danaya?
Oh, absolutely, because I actually worked with her when she got her license to be a nutritionist, and, she's definitely been very helpful, gave some really, really phenomenal tips. I got photos to prove it, so, she's thebomb.com.
Oh, thank you.
She's thebomb.com.
Love you too, Mama.
Listen. We giving you flowers, baby. You don't even have to, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to say nothing. We just let us continue to give you flowers for roses, orchids, apple trees, orange trees, whatever. Like, we give you all that. Like, lease on buildings, name on building, whatever. We got you. Like, that's what we do here. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. I'm over here talking to her like it's just me and her on the phone lines right now, but just saying.
I cannot.
Y'all
see what I deal with, right?
Nah, but
this is your first Best Legacy show. We deal with this all the time. All the time. Like this all the time on air. Lord have mercy.
But no, Cherie and I go back. We go back over a decade. And I say, like I said, Cherie and I will say this to start. I said it to start the show. I will say it right now as we get ready to close. Cherie is wonderful, and when I say that, like I said, she's like a regular dude. Like, as much as I've known her through TV, I don't really know her like that through TV. I know her now as a person, and we go back over 10 years like that. As long as she's been in the game, I know Cherie the person, and I am more impressed and inspired by who she is versus what her profession is. So I want everybody to know that literally you take the time out to really understand, you'll be able to really appreciate who she is as a person. And I'm not saying this just because she's on the line. I'm just saying this because it's true. So, Cherie, thank you for being you. And, we're going to continue to, find ways to, support you. And